A very good evening to all our viewers on the Papare as we bring you a live action here from the Royal Complex at this Inter-University Rugby Championship final between two high-riding teams here at the Royal Complex. It's been a day with a lot of gloomy conditions. We had rain here and there, but right now it has cleared away as both teams have prepped up and getting ready to take on the field here at the Royal Complex. As you see the weather forecast, mostly it's been a cloudy day, a cloudy Sunday. Wind speed of 2 kilometers per hour, maximum temperature of 31 and minimum of 24, so the heat won't be a problem for both set of players as the conditions are nice and cool here in Colombo. For now, the rains have stayed away, but both set of players will want that the weather to stay as it is, as you see University of Colombo on the right side of your screen lining up for this all-important final between University of Jayewardenepura. It's been a long season for all these lads. Final was scheduled on the 11th of October, but it was postponed due to the weather conditions in Colombo. As you see, the University of Jayewardenepura starting 15 in the forwards. It's Uduwano Pereira, Metananda Pereira, Guruge, Nelaka, Gayan, Di Costa will form the forwards, and in the backs it will be Jayatilaka, Pathum, Piris, Jayasundar, Pushpavela, S. Vanagitunga and Hasintha in the number 11 jersey will form the 15 for University of Jayewardenepura. And their opponents will be University of Colombo, as they will form in the number 1 jersey Dilum Veragoda, Kalubovila, Vikash, Gamage, Piyasena, Villararachi, Dilochana, Panagoda will form the forwards for the lads from University of Colombo, and in the backs it will be Stefan, Gunasingh, Chandrasekhara, Fernando, Vijay Singh, Lochana and Mahanama will form the 15 for University of Colombo, as both teams have lined up in front of the Royal Complex ahead of this all-important clash. And to take you through the game, I have Laxi City Silva. A very good evening to you.
Good evening, Restaurant, and good evening to all of our viewers joining from all around the world on Sri Lanka's number 1 sports channel, ThePapare TV. The Inter-University Rugby Finals all set to kick off here at Royal Complex. This was delayed, as Restaurant mentioned last week. We had a lot of rain, and unfortunately the ground was not in a good condition for the two games, the third place encounter and the finals to take place. But right now, today, we're all set to begin this final, and we did have some rain earlier, but at the moment it's really good the weather at the moment here at Royal Complex, and it's really good to see a good crowd who have turned up here in numbers to support their university. So the supporters from Colombo and Jayewardenepura have gathered up here in numbers, so expecting to see a very good game between these two sides. If we talk a bit about the two sides in this tournament so far, for University of Colombo, they have had easy wins, Restaurant, throughout the tournament. 4 wins, and all 4 have been very comfortable wins against University of Jaffna. They won it 60 points to nil against Wayamba, 66-0 against Pera, they near 34-0, and against Kalani in the semi-final 28 points to 5. And on the other hand, Jayewardenepura, they have had their work cut out. They had some close games, especially that first game against Pera. Then it ended up as a tie, 17-0, and it was decided through penalties. They won it through penalties, 3-2. And then against Wayamba University, it was 53 points to 0, and against Morotua, 19 points to 5 in that semi-final. So 2 close games, 2 crunch games for Jayewardenepura. But on the other hand, for Colombo, they have been really good when it comes to the dominating part of this tournament. So let's see whether they can repeat a similar sort of performance in this final, or whether Jayewardenepura, who have been tested more in this tournament, get the better of Colombo.
Well, mouth-watering clash of it as the next 70 minutes will be quite the watch out for all the viewers on the Papare, as you see units of Jayewardenepura huddled up and get to their places as we are just moments away from kickoff. It will be referee Gihan Yatawar who will officiate this all-important final.
Japura with the kickoff in this all-important final. Good pressure inserted by Japura very early on from the kickoff itself, but they did manage to keep the ball with them by prevailing against that early pressure. Here's Colombo close to their own 22, trying to get out of jail in this pressure situation. Goes for the clearance kick and manages to keep the ball inside, and trying to be a bit expansive here very early, the big forward for Japura. Here we go. Very well collected inside their own 22. Colombo, they go for the clearance kick once again. Tries to keep it inside just like the earlier instance, but unable to do it. So it will be a line out, the first line out of this final in the Inter-University Rugby Tournament 2024.
Just the three-man line out opted by Jayewardenepura. Well and surely University of Colombo have that size advantage behind them. Big thumping hit by that Jayewardenepura player. Puts it into boot. The bounce of the rugby ball always can be tricky as it trickles away into touch, and this time around it will be a line out in favor of University of Colombo. An opportunity for them to get this ball out of jail.
Throws the ball in, very well collected by the number 8 for Colombo. So offside advantage to University of Colombo, and it's going to be Gunasinghe. As Gunasinghe getting some good meters there, takes his team almost towards that 22 meter line.
Decent touch find. An important line out coming in for Colombo.
Once again, very good from Panagoda. And here's Colombo on the charge, on the attack, inside the opposition half at the moment. Needs to recycle the ball quickly here, and they do that, exactly that, from left to right. They opt to go here. The number 14, Lochana, trying to gain some meters. The halfback, Stefan, gives the ball out. Now shifts their attention from right to left. Releases the referee, still with possession here. As Colombo trying to go from the short side, the number 11, Chandrasekhara. Jayewardenepur defense holding on firm in the early stages of the game, and the big man Veragoda. Stefan. They have slowed down a little bit here. They tried to do it quickly in the earlier phases, but at the moment they have slowed down. The Jayewardenepur defense doing a really good job here in the early stages of the game. And here we go. Will this be the opening they were looking for? No. Good defensive work coming in. The number 7 for Colombo, trying his level best. It was the Lochana. Now once again from right to left, Stefan. And it's a turnover. Nope. The referee going back to the early advantage which Colombo had. And the assistant has spotted something.
Referee Gyan were having a word with the skipper of University of Colombo. So it will be University of Jayewardenepura with the ball. Probably opt for a touch finder.
So in fact the error was actually from University of Colombo. So Jayewardenepura, they get the penalty advantage. And the fly half for Jayewardenepura. Pathum with the territory gainer, getting some decent distance there. Pathum. Almost at the halfway mark here, the line out in favour of Jayewardenepura. Both the teams trying to open their accounts in this final of the Inter-University Rugby Championship 2024. As the hooker for Jayewardenepura goes for the long throw, and they do get it right. Looked a bit messy at first, but at the moment they managed to recover the ball really well after that not so good line out effort. But here's Jayewardenepura, the halfway mark, and that's an interception. The number 13 for Colombo. Great piece of work, but unfortunately he has knocked the ball forward in the process of trying to offload it out.
Handling will be
it was a push Pravela from Colombo with that lovely interception and getting some really good meters, but unfortunately unable to give the offload out to his teammates, dropping the ball forward.
Heads up, heads up, heads up. My call heads up.
Handling errors will be pretty ordinary this evening because of the conditions here at the Royal Complex, because of the rain.
Set! Steady!
Feeds the ball in the scrum half for Jayewardenepura. Gives it out. Goes for the clearance kick from there, 22, and some extra bounce there. Not very well gathered. Goes for the up and under. Very well collected, but good pressure inserted. But the referee
10-meter circle. 10-meter circle.
feels that it was not done correctly. Takes it quickly, the tap, and offside advantage. Clearly tackled that player from an offside position there. The number 13 for Jayewardenepura trying to gain some good meters there. Vijay Singh still continuous penalty advantages.
Penalty after penalty. University of Colombo conceding, not helping them the cause here. Well and surely University of Jayewardenepura knocking on the door. Looks like they opt for points. It's quite far out, quite ambitious in an all-important final. Getting the points first can always be in your advantages. Jayewardenepura have opted for the all-important 3 points.
I think it's going to be Pathum wearing the number 10 jersey, the fly half for Jayewardenepura to try and add the first points of this final in the Inter-University Rugby Championship 2024. Pathum, he has to gain around 38-39 meters to at the 3 points here. Pathum, and he doesn't have the direction or the distance. Even if he got the direction right, he didn't have the distance needed to get the 3 points. So it will remain 0-0 in this final. We're getting close to that 10-minute mark. It will be a 70-minute fixture, 35 minutes in each half.
Offside! Offside!
Jayewardene trying to be a bit too aggressive there, just getting the start a bit too early. So from the penalty, opting to go for the territory again, looking to find some good distance here, and he does make some good distance, around 20 meters from that kick.
Something to work with for the University of Colombo forwards. And size, if size matters, I think University of Colombo have the advantage behind them. Not the best of lineouts, as it's been a turnover ball, as University of Jayewardenepur with the advantage. Big thumping hit.
Now trying to find space here. Jayewardene from the left hand side of the field, but unfortunately another knock forward. We're seeing a lot of handling errors from both the sides in this final. I think both the sides, they have knocked the ball forward at least twice in the first 10 minutes of the game. The two sides, they'll have to work on that. Need to make sure that you keep your discipline when it comes to the handling part of the ball. Stefan to feed the ball in for Colombo.
Set! Steady! Up. Bind again. Space come. Coach! Bind! Search!
Suraj to feed the ball in.
Advantage popping up.
Now we're getting some good meters there from the scrum. Now lovely wrap-up ball from Colombo, and Colombo trying to find space. The number 13. Good work from Colombo, and unfortunately a wayward pass there. The supporting player is not even close to that pass. So 12 minutes of action done. No points on the board for both the sides in this final. So too many mistakes just creeping up in this final from both the sides, and it's very early in the game. So both the teams, they need to make sure that they get their act right, take things a bit slow because it's still early in this final. No need to rush things, no need to get ahead of yourselves. Just stick to the basics and get it right. That's the order of the day at the moment. Just get that first point.
Steady, no shot, please.
Feeds the ball in. Suraj trying to repeat what they did in the earlier scrum to gain some meters, and they do manage to push Jayewardene back a little bit. And now time to work the line once again. Some lovely wrap-up work, needs to give the pass out, and the number 15 will go over for the first try for Colombo in this Inter-University Rugby Championship 2024 final. Great work. They tried to do this earlier as well. They did gain some meters there, but this time They got the better of the Japura defense altogether. Brilliant piece of work. And that's the first try of this final. Mahanama scored in the try.
A brilliant try from University of Colombo to break the deadlock in this all-important final, as they have drawn the first blood. As you see the replay, beautiful offload, and the finishing touches done by the number 15 Mahanama. Absolutely brilliantly done, as it will be skipper Tikshana who will add the 2 points for University of Colombo. An important 2 points coming up.
Gunasinghe trying to add the 2 points here. 5 points to nil Colombo. And unfortunately not the best of kicks, not the best of conversions to start the day for Gunasinghe. But nevertheless they have the lead now. 5 points to nil. Now it's about trying to work on this lead and make sure that they don't let Japura any room whatsoever to breathe in this final. You know, in a final like this, Reshwan, it's really important that you put all the pressure possible on your opposition, and that's exactly what Colombo is trying to do, and that's exactly the headway from that try that they have managed to get to do that in this final. Here's the restart kick from Japura. It's a kick deep into the territory of Colombo. Goes to the clearance kick. Gunasinghe very well collected. And here's the number 3. The big man seems to be someone who loves to just bulldoze his way through a defense. Most of the time in this encounter so far, we have seen him with the line, the number 3 for Japura. And it's a turnover ball, very well done by Colombo. Suraj goes for a box kick here, Suraj. And it lands in no man's land, and probably expected the ball to bounce towards him, but it just bounced on the spot. And going off balance, going off the feet, says the referee. So Japura, an opportunity to get out of their own half here. They need to do that quickly, because so far in the 16 minutes of action we have had, Colombo, they have been in the opposition side or the Japura side for majority of the game. Japura, they need to make sure that they get towards the opposition half and put some more pressure on Colombo.
In their opening 10 minutes, Laxisi, I think University of Jayewardenepura were in the right foot. They were the more threatening side to get over the whitewash, but University of Colombo thought otherwise.
Goes with that long throw from the line out, and here's Japura trying to put some pressure on Colombo, trying to get to that 22-meter mark. They need to keep their patience here, just take it face by face, trying to go for a show and go there. Almost loses the ball forward, but manages to keep a hold of it. Now from left to right, they shift the direction of attack. Good offload out there. He gave the offload out while taking the tackle. And from the counter arc, not the best of efforts from Colombo.
Hands on the ground first.
So Japura, what will they do? Yes, they are going for the 3 points. The right call. They went for the same option earlier, but unfortunately missed the kick. At this time, it's a lot straightforward than the earlier opportunity that they had to begin their account in this final of the Indian University Rugby Championship 2024. Japura, they need to get this right. And I think it's Fernando who will try to add the 3 points here. Pathum tried earlier, was unable to do it. Now Fernando. Can Fernando, I beg your pardon, it's Vijay Singh rather, wearing the number 13 jersey.
Take it.
Will it be 5-3? Will they be successful this time? Yes, they are. Jayapura, they've opened their account in this final. 5 points to 3. It was a much better opportunity. It was straightforward. Didn't have a lot of distance to get. So it's 5 points to 3. Now just 2 points are separated in two sides as we get close to the 20th minute mark here at the Royal Complex. Here's Guna Singh. The restart kick, 5 points to 3. Let's it bounce. Not sure whether that's the right option. And the number 10 for Jayapura Pathum. Here's Fernando. Goes for the kick from the 22. Finds touch just around 5 meters away from the halfway mark.
Drop it, can we? Drop it, can we?
As Colombo with the throw in for Colombo. Very well collected by Villavarachi. Yes, Guna Singh. Guna Singh gives it out to his number 13. Very well tackled. Runs into a big hit. The number 17 for Colombo, the Lochana. Taking that time here, Colombo. Yes, Guna Singh once again. Some lovely wrap-up work done. Gives the offload out to the number 14, Lochana. They need to recycle the ball quickly here. Continue to apply pressure on Jayapura. Yes, Colombo now shifting their attention to the left side of the field. Yes, Suraj again gives the ball out. Goes for the long cutout pass here. Once again, that's number 7, Dilochana.
Offside. Offside advantage.
This is good, great work from Colombo. Applying a lot of pressure on Jayapura. Yes, Guna Singh. Guna Singh goes for a cross kick here. And not the best of work from the number 21 for Jayapura. He needed to collect that cleanly. Gives the offload out, but will this be a held up? Yes, it is. Great piece of defending from Jayapura. Guna Singh going for that cross kick or the cross pass rather. And unfortunately for Jayapura, the number 21 was unable to gather it cleanly. Almost cost them with a try there. But Jayapura have another opportunity now. They get another chance after that great piece of defending. But still, they need to get the possession back. That's the most important thing here. Colombo still with the advantage, still with the momentum.
Suraj Wavita will feed in the scrum. The forwards of Unist of Colombo have had a decent outing for these 23 minutes or so. Good counter ruck coming in, but the number 8 breaks. Skipper Teakshan doing the scrum half work. Not the best of passes. He's knocked it on.
Forward pass.
And I think it's a forward pass as well. So Jayapura, they get the ball back just few meters away from their own try line. Now they need to make sure that they get out of this red zone quickly.
Heads up. Crouch!
Now Colombo, they need to remember Jayewardenepur, they are feeling the pressure here, so they need to apply some good pressure here by not letting them clear the ball that easily. Now trying to gain some meters before setting up that clearance kick. The number 8 for Jayewardenepur, gaining some good meters, exactly what they needed. Now the halfback gives the ball out. They go for the clearance kick, and he finds touch just outside the 22-meter line, but still can't guarantee whether they are out of the woods yet. Still just outside the 22-meter line. Colombo with possession, with a line out to come in their favour.
It's been a very close tussle between both these sides in this opening 25 minutes or so. We are approaching the final 10 minutes of this first half in this all-important final. It's been a busy day for these both set of forwards. Clean line out coming in, forming that driving maul as well. Our University of Colombo. Brilliant driving maul nevertheless.
Time off.
Referee Gihan Yatawara having a word with his assistants. A ground where the driving maul is well known for.
Ground ඉන්න එකේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. හැබැයි ඊට කලින් ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ මොකේ මෝල් එක ෆෝම් වෙලා තියෙද්දි දනිස් දෙකක් දීම තියලා තියෙනවා.
Referee Gihan Yatawara having a word with
ඩ්‍රයිව් කරන්න බෑ මෝල් එකක් ඉස්සරහා. නෑ මේ මෙතන.
University of Colombo skipper.
මොකද කියන්නේ? Get back. Time off. Yes. Sorry.
As you see the replay of that driving maul, almost 20 meters or so, Laxisi. Just not the best view for us as well.
Unfortunate that they were unable to get the job done there after gaining a lot of meters. And as you mentioned, this is a ground very, very famous for the rolling maul, the royal maul. How many times we have seen them scoring, try through that driving maul, the Royal College boys here at Royal Complex.
Penalty.
So just 2 points separating the two sides, and as I mentioned in this tournament, Colombo, they have not been tested coming into this final, Reshwan. And Jayewardenepur, they're certainly testing quite a lot, the boys from Colombo here. So let's see whether Colombo can withstand that pressure for the first time in this tournament in the all-important final. Not exactly sure what really happened there, but it's going to be a penalty in favour of Jayewardenepur.
An opportunity for them to get out of jail. They need a good touch finder here.
And the drizzle is back here as well, so it won't be easy for the two teams from here onwards if it gets even harder. Hopefully the rain won't get harder so that we can see some good enterprising action of rugby here at Royal Complex. But even then, from what we have seen so far, Colombo, I think they'll most probably thrive a bit if the forwards do come into play in a condition like that. Here's Jayewardenepur trying to get out of jail, needs to make some room to get the clearance kick. They do exactly that, and goes to the clearance kick here. Yes, Gunasinghe collects it well, and he goes for a little kick here, and this is good, spotted the gap to perfection, prevents it from going into touch. Now he's playing with fire a little bit, exactly what I mentioned. luckily some supporting players came on right on time. Otherwise it would have been very hard for them to get the ball back there. Now they have been driven further back into their own half. And here's Gunasinghe. And unfortunately Gunasinghe, while trying to give the offload out, has knocked the ball forward. So inside their own 22, Jayapura, they get the ball back. It's going to be a scrum in their favour.
University of Colombo forwards will want to counter this ruck and try and turn over this rugby ball as they are in the opposition 22. University of Jayewardenepura half-back feeds it in. And quite a messy ball inside.
Ball not in.
So less than 10 minutes to go on our clock in this first half of the final encounter in this Inter-University Rugby Championship 2024. Colombo, they have the lead, but it's just a 2-point buffer. They would really love to get a far better lead going into that half time. Feeds the ball in, the halfback, and goes for a flat kick, a flat clearance kick. Jayapura, luckily none of the Colombo players were able to get a hand on it, but he did manage to gain some good meters through that flat kick. Now the game is being played quite a lot on the Jayapura side of things at the moment. Jayapura, they need to change that. They need to get some position. They need to try and keep the ball with them. And here they are trying to go for the rolling maul. Gaining some good meters again. Almost lost the ball forward, but Colombo, they get the advantage. Jayapura found wanted for trying to collapse them all there. Still 5 points to 3. And as I mentioned, Jayapura, they need to make sure that they get some possession in this final. The last 10 to 15 minutes, it has been all about Colombo. It has always been about Colombo in the last few minutes, and they need to change that pattern in this final. Otherwise, if Colombo do get another try, I think Jayapura, they'll be under a lot of pressure.
Time on. What out?
Advantage with University of Colombo, who are just meters away from the 22 as skipper has opted to go into touch. Something to work with. They'll probably opt for another driving maul like the previous line out with these big forwards. The likes of Dilum Averagoda will be licking their lips as an important line out coming up for University of Colombo. Once again a neat line out, but couldn't form that driving maul.
Now Colombo with another opportunity, trying to go from right to left here.
Play on.
And that's a turnover from Jayapura. Great piece of work. Needs to clear this ball quickly, but they decide to run with the ball. Goes for the kick and chase option here, and unable to gather it cleanly. Position back with Colombo. But he did manage to gain some good meters through that move. But here's the dangerous man from Colombo. He has been so good throughout the day. Gives the ball out. Here's Gunasinghe to Dilojana. Dilojana gives the ball out to his number 14. Close to that 22-meter line now. Colombo, they continue to keep possession. They continue to apply more pressure on Jayewardenepura. Jayewardenepura defense trying their level best here to not crumble under pressure. Once again, that dangerous number 13.
Backwards.
Now shifting the direction of attack here, losing the ball. Sloppy work there, and it's going to be an advantage in favor of Jayewardenepura.
Plenty of handling errors in this opening half an hour of this game. I think conditions are not friendly as they would have liked. As the run clocks down to the final 5 minutes of this first half in this all-important final. It's been a dominated opening half, you can say, by University of Colombo. Just the penalty over Jayewardenepura. As they feed in the scrum, they need to get this ball in to the opposition half. Good counter-ruck coming in though. Number 8 breaks from University of Jayewardenepura. Another penalty going University of Jayewardenepura's way. Has taken it quickly. Trying to catch that defense. That looks like not 10 meters, says referee Jayewardenepura. So it will be a penalty in favor of University of Jayewardenepura as they will opt for a touch finder. And University of Jayewardenepura spectators finding their voice in this final. They've been silent, you can say. Nevertheless, something to work out for the lads in red. Important line out throw coming up. The team who are trailing, if they can go over the whitewash, they will get that lead for the first time in this game. Brilliant line out by Jayewardenepura, who have driven that ball 10 meters as they give that ball out to their backs. Who have had quite a silent day, but they are a force to reckon with. Good defense coming in though. Desperate defense in their own 22 for University of Colombo. Another big man tries to go between that gap, but an important cover tackle coming in. Looks like referee Jayewardenepura calls back play. Line offside infringement going. University of Colombo is going against University of Colombo rather. And just like that, just in their range, University of Jayewardenepura have opted for points. These 3 points at the brink of half-time can be valuable. They can go into that half-time break with the lead. And University of Colombo will absolutely be kicking themselves. As the Royal Complex drop silence as University of Jayewardenepura lines an all-important penalty kick. Quite a regulation one, you can say. And he has missed it. Just a regulation kick has kicked it wide away. The number 13. And that can be quite costly for University of Jayewardenepura as Jayewardenepura has whistled for half time here at the Royal Complex. Not what University of Jayewardenepura wanted. They wanted the 3 points. They had a clear cut opportunity as you see the half time score confirmation. University of Colombo 5, University of Jayewardenepura 3. Just a 2-point difference between both the sides as they go into a very important break. And these are the highlights from that first 35 minutes. It was Mahanama who went over the whitewash for University of Colombo. Then later on it was University of Jayewardenepura who got that first points on the board to make this game a 2-pointer. As we will go into a short commercial break and be back with the second half action from the Royal Complex.
අද අපි ඔබට ඇබ්සෝල් කවුට් ගොඩක් පෙන්වනවා. වෙනස් වෙමු, ලස්සන වෙමු, ගේ ලස්සන කරගමු, නිර්මාණශීලී දේවල් වලින් වෙනස් කරගන්න ඔන්න ඔයාලා කැමැත්තක් තියෙනවා නම් මෙන්න මේක තමයි ඔයාගේ විශේෂාංගය. සෞඛ්‍ය ආරක්ෂිතව කිසිම බයක් නැතිව අපිට පුළුවන් නම් ගෙදරදිම හොඳ විදිහේ ඩියෝඩ්‍රන්ට් එකක් හදලා ඒක පාවිච්චි කරන්න. මේ ඔබේ ආදරණීයම වැඩසටහන රුණාරි. රුණාරි සතියේ දින 7ෙම උදෑසන 11ට සහ සවස 6ට.
क्रिकेट के इंटरनेशनल सीजन का जलवा, इंडिया टूर ऑफ इंग्लैंड, इंग्लैंड टूर ऑफ न्यूजीलैंड, इंग्लैंड के होम सीरीज एंड मेनी मोर बिग सीरीज।
अब क्रिकेट फैंस के पास होगा सेलिब्रेशन का बिग रीजन।
ඔබ ලිංගික බෙලහීනතාවයකින් පෙළෙන කෙනෙක්ද? එසේත් නොමැති නම් සමලිංගිකත්වය නිසා ඔබ මානසික සිත් ඇවුලෙන් පසු වෙනවාද?
බොහොම පැහැදිලිව කාරණාවක් කියන්නම්. ලිංගික බෙලහීනතාවය කියන්නේ සියල්ල අත්හැරලා සංසාරයේ මේ මහාන වෙන්න යන්න ඕන එකක් හෝ ජීවිතේ නැති කරගන්න ඕන තරම් දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. ඒක සරල සාමාන්‍ය දෙයක්. ඒකට ඕන තරම් ප්‍රතිකර්ම සහ උපක්‍රම ජ්‍යොතිර්විද්‍යාවේ තියෙනවා. බය වෙන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ.
ලිංගික බෙලහීනතාවයට සමලිංගිකත්වයට ඔබ සොයන පිළිතුරු මෙවර චැනල් වන්තර සක්මනින් වගේම මේ සතියේ කළදසාව දැනගන්න චැනල් වන්තර සක්මන නරඹන්න.
තරු සක්මන සෙනසුරාදා උදෑසන 8ට නැවත විකාශය සඳුදා උදෑසන 8ට සහ සවස 4ට.
What's going on here? Express coming through.
It's Big Thomas! Yeah! They're finally here! Thomas and Friends, Monday to Friday on CBeebies.
Catch the action of the West Indies Tour of Sri Lanka 2024 live. Enjoy 3 T20Is and 3 ODIs from 13th October to 26th October. Live on Dialog Television, 10 Cricket and Sony Sports 5 HD.
බටහිර ඉන්දිය කොදෙව් ක්‍රිකට් කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා තරග සංචාරය 2024 T20 තරග 3ක් සහ එක්දින තරග 3ක් ඔක්තෝබර් 13 වනදා සිට ඔක්තෝබර් 26 වෙනිදා දක්වා Dialog Television 10 ක්‍රිකට් සහ Sony Sports 5 HD ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න. ඇක්ටිවේට් කිරීම SMS හෝ My Dialog app මගින්.
ලෝකයේ වැඩිම දෙනෙක්ගේ විනෝදාංශයක් චිත්‍රපට නැරඹීම. ෆිල්ම් හෝල් එකකට නොගිහින් ගෙදර ඉඳන්ම විනෝදාංශයට ඉඩක් ගන්න. පැය 24 පුරාම කැමතිම හොඳම ජනප්‍රියම හොලිවුඩ් චිත්‍රපට ඇතුළුව සිනමා නිර්මාණ නරඹන්න. එන්න ලොකුම සිනමා පුස්තකාලයට. ඇන්ෆ්ලික්ස් සියල් සපිරි උසස් සිනමා රසාස්වාදය පිරුණු තැන. පොඩ්ඩක් නවතින්න. ඔබ ඔය රිමෝට් එක අතේ තියන් channel මාරු කරන්නේ ඔබේ දරුවට බලන්න හොඳ programs යන channel එකක් හොයන්නද? ඔව් ඒක ලේසි වැඩක් නෙවෙයි තමයි. සමහර ඒවායි කාටුන් විතරයි. තවත් ඒවායි අධ්‍යාපනික වැඩසටහන් විතරයි. තව සමහරක් ඒවායි සින්දු විතරයි. ඔය සේරම එකම තැනක තිබුණා නම් දරුවටත් ලේසි, ඔබටත් පහසුයි නේද? එහෙනම් ඉතින් ඔබට නවතින්න වෙන්නේ මෙතන. දරුවගේ දැනුම අවබෝධය වර්ධනය කරන ගමන් දරුවා සතුටින් තියෙන වටිනා වැඩසටහන් රසක් මෙතන තියෙනවා. Dialog TV නාලිකාංක 48. A+ Kids TV. ආදරේ බෙදෙන පුංචි හිත්වලට ආදරෙන්.
කිසිදා නොමියෙන මතක, කිසිදා නොමියෙන චරිත, සැමදා මතකේ නොමියෙන චිත්‍රපට තුළින් ස්වර්ණමය යුගයක් එකලු කළ අප්‍රමාණ රසිකාදරයට පාත්‍ර වූ සිංහල සිනමාවේ අමරණීය චරිත මතකාවර්ජනය. අමරණීය මතක ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් චැනල් අංක 18 රෙදි TV ඔස්සේ සෑම දිනකම සවස 3ට.
දන්නවද සිංහයාගේ කම්මැලිකම ගැන? දැකලා තියෙනවද මීමස් රජුලගේ ලස්සන? අහලා තියෙනවද The Great Elephant Gathering එක ගැන? විඳලා තියෙනවද තල්මහෙක්ගේ ආදරය? මේ සේරම දකින්න, අහන්න, බලන්න, විඳින්න පුළුවන් එකම තැන. Animal Planet. ලෝකයට හැංගුණ සත්ව ලෝකයේ අපූර්වත්වය සමග. Animal Planet.
භූතකාල මලයාලම් චිත්‍රපටය ඔක්තෝබර් 20 වනදා දහවල් 12ට චැනල් 1 කොලිවුඩ් සිනි නේරම් තුලින් බලාපොරොත්තු වන්න.
നാൽപ്പത്തെട്ട് മണിക്കൂറിലപ്പുറം ഒരാൾ ഉറങ്ങാതിരുന്നാൽ കാണാത്തതും കാണും.
Hey buddy, it's been a while.
කාටුන් බලන්න ආස පොඩ්ඩ සේරම ඉන්න අපූර්ව තැන. හොඳම කාටුන් ඔක්කොම තියෙන එකම තැන. කාටුන් නෙට්වර්ක්. එකමුතුකම, පරාත්තකාමීකම, පරිසරයට ආදරය කිරීම වගේ හුඟක් හොඳ දේවල් සේරම පොඩ්ඩන්ට කියලා දෙන පුංචි හිත් හඳුනන පොඩ්ඩු කැමැතිම කාටුන් තියෙන තැන. කාටුන් නෙට්වර්ක්. channel අංක 47.
There's a big world out there for your child to explore, with so much to see, so many things to do, and so much to enjoy learning about.
Hello, you two.
They can do it all with the UK's #1 children's channel, CBeebies.
Amazing!
It's a safe place for your child to learn through play with delightful shows that will entertain and educate.
That works for me.
Get them ready for a big world with CBeebies.
Go bananas for the juiciest talent show on CBeebies. Ready or not, here I go! Celebrate your favourite superfood as they show off their fresh skills.
Hey. Ta-da!
And fruitastic facts before your berry eyes.
We bloom and grow super fast.
So squeeze the day, because every fruit and veg is a superstar.
It's time to let our seeds shine.
Roots and Fruits. New episodes Monday to Friday on CBeebies.
හැම රැයකම අප නොනිදා තැබූ අපේ කාලේත් මින් පෙර යුගයේත් හොඳම ටෙලිනාට්‍ය රසාලිප්ත කතා තුළ අපමණ සිනහ වූ මදකට හැඬුම් සිර වූ අපේම නොවූ අපේම කතාන්තයන් ශ්‍රී ලාංකික ටෙලිනාට්‍ය කලාව සැරසූ සුරම්‍ය රැඟුම් ආනන්දය නොනවත්වා නරපන්න සිටිහිටස් ශ්‍රී ලාංකික ටෙලිනාට්‍ය නාලිකාව ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් චැනල් අංක 19
Dialog Television එක රීලෝඩ් එකෙන් පවුලටම හිතේ හැටියට ටීවී බලන්න රුපියල් 798කට අලුත්ම සුපිරි රීලෝඩ් ප්ලෑන් එකක්. ඇක්ටිවේට් කිරීම රීලෝඩ් සහ My Dialog app මගින්. Dialog Television එක රීලෝඩ් එක.
Welcome back to the live action here from the Royal Complex. We're here at the Inter-University Rugby Championship 2024 final between University of Colombo and University of Jayewardenepura. It's been a very low scoring affair in the opening 35 minutes. Just the one solitary try for University of Colombo and the one penalty for University of Jayewardenepura. University of Jayewardenepura would have gone into that half-time break with the lead, but that final penalty kick, which was just a regulation one, was not successful. Plenty at stake coming up in the next 35 minutes or so.
Colombo, they had more chances in that first half, but due to the handling errors, they were unable to make use of some of the breaks and some of those drives they were able to do with the forwards. But from Japura's side of things, they need to make sure that they get some more possession in this second half. They need to make sure that it's not all about the defending that they do. They need to make sure that they attack the right way to infiltrate this Colombo defense. We didn't see them putting pressure on the defense of Colombo in that first half, so let's see whether we will see that in the second half. They really need that. They had the opportunity to get a lot more points through penalties, but they missed out. They missed out on 6 points, 9 points I think rather, in that first half through the penalties they got. So they need to make sure that there are no blunders in this second half. Otherwise, Colombo, they will be walking away with the silverware in this Inter-University Rugby Championship 2024. But still 35 minutes of action left in this encounter.
Slight held up.
making gun.
Looks like things are okay to restart for the second half. It will be skipper Tikshana from University of Colombo who will kick things off.
Good high-hanging first kick in the second half, but straight away after making the collection, trying to gain some meters. gives it out, and the first receiver kicks the ball out towards Gunasinghe, the opposition skipper. Gunasinghe, lovely pass there to the short side. But once again, they have turned the ball over. We saw this happening quite a lot. Japura, when it comes to the turnovers, they have been really, really good in this final. I think that's the 4th time they were able to do that. And it's going to be a penalty in favor of Japura. They decide to take it quickly, but no. The referee calls them back.
A decent crowd in Laksasi here at the Royal Complex this Sunday evening. Plenty of buzz around for this final as well.
I guess both the universities not that far off from this venue, so the supporters have come out here in numbers to support these two universities.
10.
And also I think the university games is actually happening at the moment as well. I think coming into the last few stages, yes. And so it's this sports season when it comes to universities here in Sri Lanka. So it's really great to see the crowd, even with the not so good weather conditions, they have turned up in numbers to the complex. Here we go, Gunasinghe. Very well collected, but returns the favor with another kit. And unfortunately, he just overcooked it. Kicks it out on the full. So Colombo, they get the chance to go back into Japura's half after that mistake.
Not what the doctor ordered for University of Jayewardenepura. They are the team who are trailing in this final.
And Colombo once again trying to use that forwards, the big forwards that they have. They have been so good throughout this encounter. They have put a lot of pressure on the Japura forwards, and they continue to do that. And they decide to break away from the maul. They need to make sure that they recycle the ball quickly. And unfortunately, he lost the ball and he lost it forward. It's going to be a scrum in favor of Japura. They were trying to pull out an attacking maneuver there. It's the replay. Regulation take. It was a regulation take, but unfortunately he was unable to gather it cleanly. So a scrum very close to the halfway mark, or just few meters towards the Colombo half. Japura still searching for that first try.
Crouch! Bang! Set!
A decent scrum in scrummage from Japura, but not what they wanted from there on, as the ball has been turned over. Box kick by Wavita.
Now trying to get that wraparound pass right, which Colombo did so well in the first half, but unable to do it in the way that they planned Japura. So it's going to be a scrum this time in favor of Colombo.
Laksasi, we have been mentioning these forwards from University of Colombo. Mind you, their head coach is Henry Terence, who's been appointed as the forwards coach for Kandy Sports Club in the upcoming season as well. So I'm sure he's put in a lot of work with these forwards who have performed tremendously well in this final.
Someone with a truckload of experience, Vishwan. He has played for Sri Lanka and in the club rugby circuit. He's one of the best to ever do it when it comes to the forwards in Sri Lanka. So getting that experience from someone like him, I think would have been really, really priceless for the boys. Feeds the ball in. Suraj, and again, not the first time that we are seeing this. pushing Japura back from the scrum, and here we go. Yes, Gunasinghe tries to sell a dummy. Gunasinghe sells another dummy. Will he has the pace? Yes, he has the speed. He has the pace to go. Oh, and unfortunately, I think he lost the ball. But he lost the ball backwards, Rishwan. He lost the ball backwards, and I think the supporting player from Colombo managed to touch it down. A lot of things happening there. Lot of drama here at Complex, and ultimately Colombo, they walk away with the try. They walk away with the 5 points. Yes, the replay, Gunasinghe managed to sell 2 dummies to go all the way, and he was taking his own sweet time to touch the ball down right underneath the post, and he lost the ball. He lost control of the ball, but he didn't lose it forward. So that's the catch, and Colombo, and especially for Gunasinghe, they managed to escape with a try.
A scare which was escaped for University of Colombo. Skipper just took it too easy after doing all the hard work. But he makes no mistake with the points being added on as University of Colombo increase their lead to 12 points to 3 in this all-important final. Courtesy a brilliant run try by Skipper.
Yeah, Gunasinghe, he'll be a relieved man. He did everything right until that last moment. Managed to sell those 2 dummies and then went all the way. Almost looked like he might not have the pace, but he did have the pace. And he was all set to touch the ball down right underneath the post. But the player from Japura, not quite sure who that was, but he had that... he had the right idea. He went for the tackle anyway. But unfortunately for him, the ball, he didn't lose it forward technically. So goes for the clearance kick, goes for the kick into touch straight away, Gunasinghe. And I think the others from Japura, they'll be disappointed because that one player had the right idea, but the others were not there to back him up. I think if there was at least 1 or 2 to back him up there, that might not have been a try, Restaurant, because all the others, they just completely gave up. But that one player, he was there and he tried to prevent Colombo from going over for the try.
Just like that, it's a mountain to climb now for University of Japura, and add to that, it's a crooked throw as well. Just not what this Japura team needed. A scrum in favor of University of Colombo.
The last thing you can afford after conceding a try, giving easy ball out to Colombo after giving them possession back easily. Now Suraj to feed the ball in.
Special to win a scrummage from these forwards. Japura will have to work 100 times harder. Looks like it will be a re-scrum.
So still inside the first 10 minutes of the second half. Colombo, the 9-point advantage, 12 points to 3.
Coach! Fine! Set!
Suraj to feed the ball in. And again trying to gain some meters from the scrum itself, Colombo. And he has the number 8, Panagoda. Gets his team towards that halfway mark, but good pressure inserted by Japura. Good counter-attacking there. and Japura, they get the possession, they get the ball back, and this is exactly what they need to do. They need to try and keep possession for an extended period of time and try to put some pressure on Colombo, something that they have not been able to do in this final encounter. And Colombo, they get the ball back, placed himself brilliantly over the ball carrier and managed to get that holding on penalty.
Brilliantly done by University of Colombo. They have been the boss side in this final. Well, and surely the scoreline shows that a mountain to climb for University of Jayewardenepura. A 9-point deficit. And going back, University of Jayewardenepura will be kicking themselves. They had opportunities with the kicking team that first half, Laksisi. None of those penalties were successfully converted.
If they converted at least one of those penalties, it would have been 12 points to 6, and that gives them the opportunity to get the lead back through a converted try. But right now they have to do more than that. They need to score twice to get the lead. That's how important those little moments are in a game like this, in a crunch game like this. Oh, that's a loose line out, but Colombo, they managed to recover the ball. Yes, Suraj taking his time, gives the ball out to the right side of the field, and here's Gunasinghe once again. That fancy passing technique of Gunasinghe paying dividends, and here he is again, Gunasinghe. Now this is good, brilliant passing from Colombo. They're all guns blazing at the moment for Colombo now, from right to left. The big forward, he breaks away, unable to break away from the next defender, but there was no need to give that offload out. A loose pass from the ball carrier, and a clearance kick, a high-hanging kick from Japura. Possession back with Colombo as they enter the Japura half once again. Yes, Suraj gives it out to his number 3, trying to find some meters there, trying to use his power. Here's the big man again, and that was a hard hit. The defender had no chance whatsoever. They needed 3 to stop him. And here's Colombo. They have been so good when it comes to their backline. They have been really enterprising. Here's Suraj again. Now trying to go from left to right, shifting the direction really well. Going from left to right, from right to left in a very consistent manner at the moment, Colombo. And they have lost the ball forward. They were building up some momentum again, and now Japura with the opportunity, breaks away from the first tackler, breaks away from the second, but the third one gives a good chase and manages to tackle him.
Get back.
They need to make use of this opportunity here. Some momentum coming into their way, Japura, but still they need to try and go deep into Colombo's half. And it's going to be a penalty in favor of Japura. Takes the tap, and that's going to be a penalty, clearly offside, clearly not 10 meters. They are not giving the room. Now needed to give that pass out. Japura just they need to make sure that they do the things right here. They need to do the basics right. Just keep the ball passing, just pass the ball. That's what they need to do, rather than trying to play that selfish game rather. And that was a big hit, that was a hard hit, and rightly so. Referee Gihan Yatawara stopping play. Doesn't look good for the player from Japura. It was a hard hit. If we can get the replay. Here's the replay. Oh, that was a hard collision with the player from Colombo. I mean, he was committed to catch the ball. I mean, it was not intentional at all. But unfortunately, how his head collided with the player from Colombo, that's the issue here. And seems to be all fine. He's back up. Great to see him back on his feet. The number 11 from Japura. Once again, the replay. Oh, that was hard. That was hard to see. So the medical officials are having a word with him to make sure that he's okay to continue in this final.
ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකට යන්නේ. ඔයගොල්ලන් 10ට බෝෂෝ 50.
Slight stoppage
මේක අමතක කරන්න. එතන කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක්
once again here at the complex.
හරි කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ මං ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකට යන්නේ. කලින් එක. ඔව්.
Intensity increases
අතන නම්බර් 5 not 10 tackle එක මේගොල්ලන්ට penalty එක start.
as we enter the final 20 minutes of this all important final. It's been a game dominated by University of Colombo, but can Jabura do the unthinkable and launch a comeback into the game? Doctor assessing the University of Colombo player as well. Important protocols these are. Looks like he is good to go. The doctor gives the green light to referee Jayewardenepura, and good to see that both players are safe and they can get on with the game.
penalty එකක් තියෙන්නේ 10 ඉන්න penalty එකක් තියෙන්නේ. penalty එකක් තියෙන්නේ.
As you see on our screens, the University of Colombo bench coach Henry Terrence quite into this game, an all important final, as Japura opts this into touch. Haven't been the best of days with the boot for University of Jayewardenepura. Missed a couple of opportunities with the kicking tee as well. Nevertheless, they have a line out in favor of them in their opposition 22. Can they make something out of this?
Now, Japura, they need to make use of this opportunity and they need to do it big time here. 9 points, they're trailing by 9 points. A try here will cut that deficit down to at least 4. Ishwan and Methanand, the big hit there. Now inside the 22-meter line, the 22-meter territory of Colombo, and they're in this position after a very long time in this final, Rishwan. So they need to make sure they get use of this opportunity. This is good from Japura. Will this be the try? Yes, it is the first try for Jayewardenepura. And right on money, right on time, exactly what they needed in this game. They were trailing by 9 points, and just like that, with that try, the lead for Colombo. Now it's down to just 4 points. Yes, the replay, the number 15 and the taking the option of using the blind side, working out magnificently well for Jayewardenepura.
Just the break what University of Jayewardenepura needed. And
හිතේ හැටියට TV බලන්න රුපියල් 798කට අලුත්ම සුපිරි රීලෝඩ් ප්ලෑන් එකක්. දෙස් විදේශ channel රසක් සමග channel 80කටත් වඩා. ඇක්ටිවේට් කිරීම රීලෝඩ් සහ My Dialog app මගින්. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ටෙලිවිෂන් රසාස්වාදය. Dialog Television. Dialog Television එක රීලෝඩ් එකෙන් පවුලටම හිතේ හැටියට TV බලන්න රුපියල් 798කට අලුත්ම සුපිරි රීලෝඩ් ප්ලෑන් එකක්. දැනුම ගෙනන අධ්‍යාපනික channel 18ක්. පොඩ්ඩන් වෙනුවෙන්ම channel 8ක්. දේශීය රසවින්දනය ගෙනෙන channel 22ක්. විනෝදාස්වාදය පිරි විදේශ channel රසක් සමග channel 80කටත් වඩා. ඇක්ටිවේට් කිරීම රීලෝඩ් සහ My Dialog app මගින්. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ටෙලිවිෂන් රසාස්වාදය. Dialog Television.
I'm here because I believe in this program. We have peace here. People feel safe. Are they?
This is Reach, home to millions of people.
It's my job to decide what to do next.
The climactic battle against the Covenant continues on Halo Season 2.
Apologies for the technical differences as the big man Dilum Veragoda goes over the whitewash. Former Josephian has done it against the run of play. The big man, the big unit in this University of Colombo. Dilum Veragoda has gone over that whitewash. Brilliantly worked try, and surely Coach Henry Terrence will be proud of that.
A brilliant comeback from Colombo after conceding that try just a few moments ago. They have managed to hit back and hit back big time. Here's the replay. Lovely piece of work from the big number one. Veragoda had no chance, the defenders from Jaipur to prevent him from going over the line. And 17 points to 8. Just like that, the gap is back to 9. This should be an easy conversion for Gunasingh. Yes, it is. 19 points to 8. And Colombo, now they have an advantage of 11 points here at Royal Complex in the final of the Inter-University Rugby Championship 2024. Jaipur, it looked like they're back in this game, but Colombo, they had other ideas.
Absolutely brilliant. University of Colombo, just like that, have snatched a comfortable lead.
I mean, throughout the fixture, throughout this encounter so far, we talked how the forwards of Colombo, they have been dominant, and they have just been far better than Jaipur in this encounter. And that's exactly what happened. The forwards, they know how to score tries, they know how to put the opposition under pressure for Colombo. And as we talked about earlier, the skills that they have managed to get from the great man Terence Henry himself would have definitely played a huge part in that performance they are managing to dish out here, the forwards from Colombo. So 19 to 8. Now a lot more comfortable Colombo than they were just a few minutes ago in this final. It was 12-3, then came 12-8, and now it's 19-8. And from the line out once again, Jaipur not getting it right. Colombo, they know they have the advantage. They know 11-point buffer in a game like this, in a crucial game like this. It's always not easy for an opposition to make a comeback and get that W. It's all about making sure that they keep the discipline. It's all about showing the discipline that they have been so far in this encounter for Colombo. If they do that, this will be theirs. The title will be theirs. Yes, Suraj, to feed the ball in. Once again trying to gain some meters from this drum here, Colombo. The forwards once again at work. Goes for that kick. And unable to gather it. The chase is on. Brilliant piece of work from Colombo. They continue to put pressure on Jaipur. And a turnover from the ruck, and Colombo, they get the ball back. Possession back with Colombo. And they have entered the 22-meter territory of Jaipur. They're trying to score another try and most probably just finish the game from here. And Jaipur, they get the ball back, and it's going to be not 10. Jaipur, They have done this well. They have taken the quick taps and they have managed to get that advantage. Here we go. Some good passing here from Japura, trying to hit back in this final. And here's the big forward. Methananda gives the offload out. This is good from Japura. Some good continuity of play from Japura for the first time in this final. Moves the ball out from left to right now. This good sells a little dummy the forward, but unfortunately while trying to give the offload out, he loses the ball forward. Back with possession here. Colombo trying to find space, decides to go for the kick, but the referee will go back to the knock forward from Japura earlier. Japura, they can't afford to do this. They are in a race against time in this final at the moment, trailing by 11 and less than 15 minutes to go. They need to make sure that they make use of all the opportunities. And one of the players from Colombo is down at the moment on the far side of the ground.
Number 6, red, number 6.
It's been a stop-starter for Alaxisi in this final. Plenty of injury concerns for both set of sides. Nevertheless, both teams have worked really hard where they have got to as we enter the final 10 minutes in a couple of minutes or so.
Okay. I'm trusting you. Yes. Don't worry.
No, Rishwan, it has been a very long season of rugby, especially for all our boys here at ThePapare TV. We had the schools rugby season which went on for more than 3 months, and just a few weeks later we have the university rugby finals happening. It was supposed to happen last week, but unfortunately due to rain it was shifted back to today, and the rugby action will just continue because next month we will have the club rugby season coming back for its 2024-2025 season. So the rugby action will continue. While the previous try scorer from Colombo having a little word with the medical officials.
Big man Jayewardenepura going through the protocol. He's done. He's had a brilliant game in this final. He's got his name on the score sheet. He would want to wait until that final whistle. Gets the green light from the doctor. As University of Colombo number 1 Jayewardenepura is good to go.
Set.
Yes, Suraj all set to feed the ball in. 11-point advantage for Colombo, and again they are pushing the Japura forwards back, and while trying to make that carry forward from the scrum itself, the number 8, he loses the ball forward. So Japura, they get another chance. They are inside Colombo's territory and they get the opportunity to put some pressure on them. They need a try here. They need a try in the next 5 minutes, and they need to make sure that it's them who scores next one. Otherwise, this game will be out of their reach.
Set.
Importantly, Laxisi, they need converted tries if they are to win this game. Right now, that looks quite far away, and add to that, plenty of handling errors as well. But University of Colombo with the knock-on infringement going against them. So it will be another scrummage in favor of University of Colombo.
Time off. Time on. Scrum.
Referee Jayewardenepur confirming it will be a scrummage in favor of University of Jayewardenepur. Another opportunity for them to try and make this game more interesting as we enter the final 10 minutes.
Steady. Yes.
Jayewardenepur feeds in the scrum. A neat scrummage as the ball is given back to the backs. Good working out that line, but good offload to keep that ball in alive. But University of Colombo managed to turn over things. A box kick by Wabbit. Brilliant kick. And the defense alerted to it. Bundled him into touch. Had nowhere to go. The Jayewardenepur player. And that will be a line out in favor of University of Colombo. But referee Jayewardenepur having a word with the University of Colombo skipper.
15.
Who's had a brilliant game as well.
Ball carrier bend to hinda. Tenaka berina. Tenaka tino. Low level like power.
Looks like it will be a turnover, a penalty in favor of Jayewardenepura. A high shot. A high shot infringement going against them. A decent touch find nevertheless. University of Jayewardenepura will have to really work hard. They will have to recreate a moment of brilliance. Short man line out neatly, brilliantly done, as the backs have something to do for University of Jayewardenepura. Haven't had the best of the days. Kicks that into space. Bundles into touch.
Number 4. Colombo
Will be
number 4.
a throw in favor of University of Colombo as we approach the final 10 minutes of this all-important final. 11-point lead for University of Colombo. A mountain to climb, you can say, for University of Jayewardenepura. Once again, the line out neatly done. Babbitt giving it out to the backs as a skipper. Brilliant kick. Opts to go for that from that short side. Jayewardenepura. And holding on, infringement going against University of Jayewardenepura. That's good. How good this University of Colombo side have been throughout this game. They have bossed the 62 minutes. As the heavens have opened up here at the Royal Complex A slight whistle comes down as a brilliant touch finder, you can say. Just meters away, 5 meters away from the whitewash University of Colombo. Once again, the forwards will be in play for University of Colombo. Rain steadily and surely building up here. Saw these games being postponed due to inclement weather, but thanks to the weather gods, they haven't got severe, as it's just a slight drizzle here at the complex. Once again, a brilliant line out. Once again, the try scorer Jayewardenepura in business.
Just few meters away from the whitewash, but unfortunately Japura, they have managed to get the ball back. The number 8, not quite sure that was the right option, trying to take it quickly, very close to their own try line, but they can understand why he decided to go for that option, because they're running out of time here. Japura, 11 points, that's a lot of catching up to do in less than 7 minutes of play. 19 points to 8. Colombo, if the scoreline continues in this manner, we will see University of Colombo being adjudged the winners, the champions. Japura, will we see a late comeback in this game? Will we see a twist in the tail? And this is good. Great piece of work from Colombo, inserting so much pressure on the Japura forwards. They have no answer, Ishwan. That's been a mismatch, we can say, when it comes to the forwards of the two sides. And that's exactly why the scoreline reads as 19 to Colombo and 8 to Japura.
They have just outplayed this opposition forwards. Japura forwards have no answers, as Suraj Wabita feeds in the scrum.
With another opportunity to score that next try for Colombo, and again gaining a lot of meters. The forwards doing a great job. Yes, Gunasinghe gives it out to his number 13, and he will go right underneath the post. University of Colombo, they increase their lead further, 24 points to 8, and it's fair to say that will be the game. Look at that, the defense, they need to do a lot better than that.
Surely, Laxisi, University of Colombo can feel a lot more relaxed now. I feel that they have put this game into bed, and probably at that halftime break they had one hand on that trophy. I think with 4 minutes or so left on our clock, they can have both hands on that silverware. As skipper, who's had a brilliant game for his side, Diksha with the add-ons. Quite a regulation one under the post, making no mistake, as University of Colombo increased their points tally to 26 points to 8. Gunasinghe, skipper, can be prouder of his performance and the performance by his boys as well, who have put out a dominating one out here at the complex.
So right now it's just a matter of time before we see the University of Colombo team and the supporters from University of Colombo celebrating that win. For Japura, it's about maybe trying to get a try here in the remaining few minutes as a consolation. Goes for the kick, Gunasinghe. Gives it out. Here's Methananda. And this is great piece of work. Some good counter-attacking from Colombo. The forwards getting the better of Japura, and they continue to do so. A lovely drive there, gaining some good meters. Still with possession here, Colombo. That's what they have done really well, at least for 70% of this game. They have had possession, Nareshwan, and spotted the gap beautifully, the skipper Gunasinghe. And they get possession back. They lost the ball backwards, still with the ball. Almost managed to go away from that defender. Looks like Colombo, they need more. They want more tries in this final. They need to get this lead over 20 points. That's what they're doing. And they're just few meters short now from scoring another try. Japura, can they prevent Colombo from scoring another try? Gaining meter by meter here, Colombo, getting ever so close to that whitewash. Now they decide to pass it out. The number 18, unable to gain much distance there, the big forward. And here we go, the number 8, gaining some good meters there. Valuable 3 to 5 meters gained from the number 8 for Colombo. Trying to score that next try, but a few meters short now. Trying to work on the fringes here now. Gives the pass out. Teacher gives it out, and that's a try saving tackle, is it? And that's a knock forward. Almost a try there for Colombo, but Japura getting that tackle right to prevent them from going over. Great try saving tackle from Patum, I believe, the number 10 for Japura. Don't think we have much time remaining in this game. In the last minute of play, according to our clock. 26-8, University of Colombo reigning supreme in this final. Played at the Royal Complex.
It's been a long haul. We had plenty of stoppages as well, Laxisi. And at the brink of full time. University of Colombo just a few moments away from celebrating this absolutely dominating performance in this final.
Japura, they might argue that they had the game under control in the first half. But Japura, coming into the second half, they were absolutely brilliant. They were just too good, and the forwards, they just came into their own in the second half especially. And Japura, they had no answer to the brilliant work from Colombo in this final. Going for the territory gainer from that penalty. And that's the end of this final. University of Colombo registering the win, 26 points to 8, as they will be crowned the Inter-University Rugby Champions for the year 2024. Japura, they tried their level best in this final, but Colombo just a tad bit too good, especially the forwards. It was a mismatch, as we mentioned earlier, and 26-8. That's the story from Royal Complex, as the skipper Gunasinghe. The celebrations begin for University of Colombo. Absolutely brilliant. As you mentioned earlier as well, they had no competition whatsoever coming into this final, and it's fair to say it was the same story here too. Japura, they had their moments. If maybe, just maybe, if they managed to kick those 3-pointers over, it would have been a lot more closer, but that was not the case. Colombo, they had more possession, they had more control, They showed more continuity of play when it mattered the most. And that's why they are celebrating at the end of this final. Here's the full-time score confirmation. University of Colombo 26, University of Jayewardenepura 8.
Absolutely splendid from the boys on your screens. Have given out their everything. But a word out for University of Jayewardenepura as well, who worked hard to get to this position, but come a second best in the all-important final. That's how sports it is. These boys can keep their heads held up high, because they have done tremendously well to get to this stage. But it was the University of Colombo who absolutely ran a riot here at the complex. Coach Henry Terrence can be a proud man, as he has got another silverware under his name. Good crowd in here at the complex as well for this Inter-University Rugby Championship final, and the third place game as well happened earlier today. University of Morotua beat University of Caledonia to clinch the third spot at this Inter-University Rugby Championship. As you see the highlights of that second half, that was a scare by University of Colombo, but managed to go over the whitewash. And then Japura just thought otherwise, but then Dilum Veragoda, the big unit, absolutely put the game into bed. That try defined that dominance from the University of Colombo forwards. And from there on, it was just easy going for University of Colombo. The key stats in the game: 4 tries to 1, and the 3 converted tries as well makes up University of Colombo 26 points, as University of Jayewardenepur had just 1 solitary penalty in their 8 points.
So that's it from the Royal Complex. Colombo getting the better of Jayewardenepura 26 points to 8. And it was a great pleasure to bring you the live action from this Inter-University Rugby Finals for the year 2024 on Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare TV. Whether it's international rugby, whether it's club rugby, university rugby, or school rugby, whatever the level, whatever the format, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare TV, will be there to bring you the live action. So thank you very much for joining with us from all around the globe. See you soon with another action-packed day of rugby in Sri Lanka. Have a very good night.